afternoon. We're all getting to adapt to this. Hi. Wow.
Yeah, it has been a long time. Good to see you. I know. I've been like slowly getting back into a groove. I haven't been. You probably play somewhere else. Maybe, yeah. Yes. September to the end of December. Oh my God.
I don't know why this won't let me do it.
Marcia. Hi, Marcia.
Peggy.
Welcome. Let me get my things.
How's that? But I can change the.
Unmuted it. And start video.
It's already unmuted.
Okay, start video.
Hi, Marcia. How are you?
Hi, I'm Peggy's friend. It's Peggy.
Hi. Oh, Peggy. Oh, awesome.
Hi.
Oh, what a surprise.
Sorry.
I'm in Arizona.
Oh, I'm glad you two doing this together. Awesome.
He's not. He's watching.
I'm just going to
Welcome.
an observer today.
Oh, yeah. That's
Caught me in my
fine.
robe. I just got it from
Yeah.
my.
Oh, wonderful. Enjoy.
How are you?
Nice to meet you, and thanks
meet
for
you too.
joining. I'm gonna mute you all for now, and if you need to unmute yourself at any time, you can do so to talk to me and so forth. Okay. Hey, Tori, so good to see you. Thanks for coming. Oh, that scorpion will get you every time. I have this to share. Wow. Congratulations. I haven't been doing it to do that because I've been so sick. Oh no. So much. How many weeks? Congratulations. Ooh, we have a baby in the cooking pot. Yay. The first one. Congratulations. Me too. When I hear about babies, yeah. Oh, great news. Great news. You know what? You gotta be like me. I was 8 months pregnant, almost 9, having the baby. 3 days later, I was in headstands with my boy. And he came out fine. Just saying, so you're not allowed to quit yoga. You're not allowed, period. Oh my goodness. Yay. Oh, wow. Now everybody heard. I think it's on video. Everybody knows now. I didn't tell anybody. Okay, guys, we are ready to start. Well, we had great news. That's great. Yes. So let's go ahead and get ourselves situated on our mats. Just taking a moment to get into our body. Remember that is the month of January, and we have lots of other months to look forward to. In January, we get a chance to go inside, to deepen our practice, to reconnect with ourselves, to create some purpose for our next few months or year or years. And we have the mantra of dream for this month. So we get to dream, and then we get to act on those dreams, and then they will come to life. So the main purpose of today is mainly the vagus nerve, which is a cranial nerve number 10 that runs from this fossa in your skull and down throughout the body, wandering around to the internal organs, digestive system. So it has auricular branches, it has digestive branches, heart and lungs are affected by this nerve. So it's really a good one to address, to kind of address the whole body, and mainly the nervous system, because it does have to do with our mood, with the way we experience life, with our happiness level, because it does reflect the serotonin level, which is produced in the gut and also some in our brain. So I have this great book that I recommend though about it. It's called The Pocket Guide to the Polyvagal Theory by Stephen Gorges. So it's really interesting when you kind of find out what this amazing nerve can do for you. It's really a parasympathetic nerve that will help us to get out of sympathetic response and calm down and rest and digest. So don't we all need that sometimes or all the time? So let's start nice and easy, just simply sitting and acknowledging our body, acknowledging where we are, and getting to really root into the earth with the sits bones. So take a moment, lift up the spine as you inhale, open up the chest. As you inhale again, bring the shoulders up to the ears and roll them back and drop them down in their sockets. And rest your hands on your knees, the back of the palms, touching your index and thumb together in Dion Mudra. This is a mudra that promotes knowledge, receiving of knowledge and information from above. So we become more receptive. Just taking this time to connect with the breath. Noticing the breath as the pathway that connects the body with the mind. And noticing its pathway into the body and out of the body. Observing the quality of the breath right now. It's fast, shallow, erratic, and sporadic. You know that will change. When we get busy, we breathe very shallowly, superficially from the top of the lungs. Barely we get some oxygen to the collarbones and nothing below. So we get anxious and reactive and we don't feel good. So we know what to do. We slow down, breathe out fully, so we can breathe in fully. So maybe now we notice how you can squeeze the navel to the spine to expel more air out, all the way from the lower belly, lower parts of the lungs, alveolar sacs, all the branches of the lungs, the trachea, just get it all out, squeezing. And then have a pause, feel this emptiness in your lungs. And that will create a hunger, a little anxiety for the new breath to come. And then you allow the air to come in. Breathing into the top of the lungs, add a little bit more. Just when you think you're full, add a bit more. And feeling that pressure creates the need for you to expel the air. So that creates the next exhalation. Go ahead and do that at your pace now. 5 more cycles on your own. And as we do that, this time we're going to slightly tuck the chin down. So it kind of compressed some of the vocal cords here. And we open more the back of the throat, closing off a little bit at the front. So now we're going to breathe this way for the next 5 cycles. This will activate the vagus nerve directly. And create comfort and ease in the body, and sudden clarity and space in the mind. This is actually even better done if you breathe in 80% of the breath through the mouth and 20% through the nose. But here, being in a common space with COVID and everything, you might not want to do that, but you can do it on your own. Inhale through the mouth, almost to about 80% of the breath, and then inhale more through the nose, and exhale through the nose. So that will be ideal practice. But do what you feel comfortable with today. We do have a lot of space between us, so it's up to you. 2 more cycles because this feels so good. All right, now we come back to neutral. I'm gonna move the head gently to the right. Inhale and exhale to the left. It's very slow with the breath. It doesn't have to go in a certain position. Just keeping the spine tall, neck on top of the spine, head on top of the neck, getting the best posture that you can. And just move in, breathe very slow. When you get up to the right side or the left side, focus the gaze back as far as you can, using your eye muscles for peripheral vision as well. And you may even hear your vertebrae making little noises. Tendons, cartilage, joints, try to get in normal, natural position. And release tension. Now we're going to keep the head turned to the right in a stable position. We continue here to put the gaze back, focused on one fixed point, and continue to notice the breath. If you notice a sigh coming or a yawn, that's a sign that you're releasing some tension, some negative emotions, some unprocessed feeling, and so forth. That's a good thing. Or even if you feel like you want to swallow, if you're releasing something. So we can stay here up to 2 minutes on each side. Maybe we'll do 1 minute, maybe we'll do 2, we'll see. This gives a chance to the sternocleidomastoid muscle to also lengthen and strengthen and twist and release tension as well, alongside of the vagus nerve as well. And still listen to the body, noticing the sensations, feelings, the heat that arises. Your thoughts, they may say, hey, I'm getting bored here, move. Your mind may say that. It gets a little anxious, it gets a little bit of uncomfortableness in the mind when we sit still like this. Just because the monkey mind is used to be jumpy. Inhale now and come on back to center gently. Bring the chin down very slowly, just to reset those vertebrae in the back. And then gently inhale. We'll start to line everything back, get a nice energy lifting. And then as you exhale, turn to the left. Look over your left shoulder, keeping the chin parallel with the floor. Gaze back. And connect to the breath. And receive the sensations. Receive the feedback from your body. This is time for you to become friends with your own body. Time to process, to reset, to unwind, to come back to that space of homeostasis in our own body. I'm getting used also to be still and to be listening to the silence. I'm not using music intentionally today. So we can really experience ourselves and the quietude. Really get this parasympathetic nervous system to enact, to come back on first stage. We can get back into balance. All right, let's inhale gently back to center. Bring the chin to the chest once more. Release the back of the neck, squeezing the front of the neck, thyroid and parathyroid. 2 more breaths. Inhale and lift back up. Let's stretch the legs out a little bit. And we'll do one pose with the legs out so we can get a little break. And then we'll go back. So shake the legs down, give them a little chance to release any tension in the hip or thighs or hamstring. Shake them down vigorously. All right. And we can massage the legs or we can tap the meridians with our cup palm. So go down the leg from hips to ankles 3 times or 4. And then on top, skip your knees. Be gentle on your knees here. All right. Now we'll do the inside all the way through. Tap, tap, tap. Activate the spleen meridian here. Great. Now to help the spleen meridian a little bit more, we're gonna grab a hold of the ankle with the thumb above the ankle and squeeze as you twist around your ankle. Let's give this spleen meridian a little bit of lift, a little bit more action to activate the spleen meridian to have more ability to process not only material, food and stuff, but also emotions, things that people throw at us at work, on the highway, kids and stuff, you know, all that junk that's been thrown at us. We have more ability to process it and release it as we activate the spleen. Then get right under your calf muscle, a little bit higher, just about 4 fingers away from your ankle, and just press that point right there. That will be almost on the side of the Achilles tendon, and put some pressure there. And just hold that point as you point your toes. 2 breaths. And then we'll do 2 breaths with the toes in, activating a little bit different now. Good, and release. So for the next one, we're going to get a comfortable forward fold with our small bolster underneath the knees. Or you can just have the knees bent if you don't need a bolster. Thank you. So, yeah, you can just have the knees bent if you want with the heels on the floor, but it kind of helps to have some support here. And we're simply going to slide our hands down, not trying to create any certain forward fold, but just leaning forward. So your chest may touch your thighs. And let the neck be relaxed as the body pulls it forward. You have a little bit of lengthening in the back of the neck. And we'll let the gravity take effect here. It's a very easy, very gentle forward fold. Letting the gravity help us, not creating the pose, not making it happen, but just letting it slowly progress into its own shape. Allowing the time to take effect, finding stillness in the pose, connecting with the breath, and being present, aware, receiving the feedback from the body, and noticing what catches your attention first. Is it the back of the legs, the feet, the low back, between the shoulder blades, sides of the neck? What is it in your own body? And just bring your attention there. Where attention goes, energy flows. So as we are attentive and keenly interested in that area, with genuine attention and loving kindness and compassion, we can change and open that area. And as we breathe intentionally into it, we bring in new energy and vibration, transmuting and transforming any stagnant energy that holds you back. When energy gets stuck in the body, it can cause first discomfort, stiffness, constriction, pain, and then it can translate into a disease process of any kind. It can be a cancer, it can be a tumor, it can be a sore, it can be heart disease. All those things can actually be caused by the stress source of life. So we can take charge and be proactive and take care of ourselves, because that's what yogis do. If you need to sigh or yawn, that's a good sign. That means the vagus nerve is being activated and is prompted to release that stagnant energy, that tension, that negativity from the body. So it's a good sign. That means you are done processing here. Or if you stay more, you may even process more. So let's go ahead and inhale, slide those hands back up. And we're going to come on out slowly. Just give your spine a chance to be comfortable in the uplifted position again. And we'll go back into the semi-lotus pose with the other knee inside first. So we're switching. All right. So we are not done with working through this upper part. That's going to go to the auricular area and the whole vagus nerve down to the side into the upper body. So we'll drop the left ear towards the left shoulder. And we can even bring the left hand to the outside of the head. Give it a little bit more weight without pressing. Make sure you lift up first, get that tall spine before you drop the head to the side. So even if it doesn't go much, it doesn't matter how far you get. It just matters that you open this right side. Keep that shoulder back and down. And we can even rest the hand on the floor on the right side, away from the body, with the fingertips on the ground to activate the lung and the heart meridian in the arm as well. Here we can stay anywhere from 30 seconds to 3 minutes. The longer, the better. And again, get into this area of the body. Notice how you feel to be the neck right now. Just looking from inside out, like you feel these muscles and tendons and nerves and vessels around the neck and the base of the neck and under the skull. Take a note what's going on, how you feel, how you can readjust if you need to. Breathing through any tension that arises. It's a sign of stagnation right below the head here. We can get a lot of tension, a lot of constriction that can cause migraine headaches. So we're getting rid of headaches here too. And we increase the function of the vagus nerve, which will increase the serotonin level in the brain. And we'll let go of a lot of stress that has to do with our sympathetic energies. And we subside, we slow down, we go into more of a parasympathetic response, but the body gets a chance to heal, recharge, and recover. Now we're going to add a little bit of this pose. We're going to hug the left side of the body with this right palm. We're going to pull and we create a C shape on the right side of the body. Just a gentle side pull. Because this wandering nerve goes down the body to the gut. So we're going to activate this traveling pathway of the nerve. So the head goes to the left, the waist goes to the right. It's not really your waist, it is your waist rather than the hips. Just this soft area. Okay. Good. Here you may get your liver to respond. It can make you a little dizzy or a little bit feeling uncomfortable because we're opening up the liver too, and we're squeezing the pancreas a little bit. So it's good for this insulin metabolism in the body. The I also lag your hands on top of the pancreas, produce insulin. So we're helping all this lower area and the vagus nerve pathway. Good. And now let's go ahead and release up first. Release the arm and then the other arm. Okay, take a moment, see how you feel on this side. Noticing the differences between the left and the right. Do you feel like you have a long neck on the right and a short neck on the left? Let's do the other side. Okay, right ear towards the right shoulder. Just let the spine to be tall and then drop the head a little bit. The gravity and the time lapse will do the rest. And left hand can be out to the side first, pressing into those fingertips. Keeping that spine nice and long and aligned. Connect with the breath. And noticing any differences between the two sides. Does this area feel different? Are you receiving some different messages? How does it feel to be the left side of your neck? Would you like to be living in this left side of the neck? If you were you, if you're the neck, would you be comfortable in your own skin? If not, there's something we can do about it. We come to the mat and we practice until we feel better. And if you wish that extra weight, bring that hand to rest on the side of the head, just to help it along. You may feel a little bit more intention towards the back of the neck, into the trapezius and rhomboids now. Oh, the heaviness of the head has to be held by the neck and the base of the neck. So it does need a lot of rest, a lot of stretching and some compassion every so often. And we also carry all kinds of burdens in this area of the body. Not only physical, but mental, emotional. Now we're going to continue on with this left arm coming across the body, pulling a little bit in that waist, opening the C shape on the left side. Breathe, relax, let go. Guide the energy of the breath to those points of most intensity and know that they will respond, they will change, they will transmute and transform. Enjoy the stillness and listen to the silence. Make this your meditative practice. Inhale, slowly release that top hand. And then come back. Breathe in, squeeze both shoulders up and release them down. Good. Now we're gonna have to do a few neck rotations just to make sure everything's back aligned. So chin to the chest and start to move gently to the right and back and left to front. A big circle. And now let's reverse directions. All right. Now we will get our tall, big bolster. Cross the legs the other way if you need to, or you can even put your legs out for this one with the knees bent if you need to. You can just hold your bolster with your feet if you want. So the head now is gonna go on top of the bolster. Just kind of getting a nice and easy halfway fold. If that is too tall for you, you may not need it. You can just put your small arm out and rest your hands on that. Your arms. Get a half of a Baddha Konasana, forward fold kind of pose, where you can let the neck lengthen, the whole back relax. If you feel you can come forward more, stretch your bolster way out so it doesn't slide away. You may want to put a small bolster next to it so it doesn't slide. Or you can simply hug your bolster. That way you will not run away. Great. This will relax the whole back body, spine, all the nerve endings coming out of the spine. Lower back, back of the legs, back of the neck. And see what comes up here. This is a pose very conducive to inward journey. You have that Ajna chakra pressed upon the bolster. So you'll imprint energy into the inspiration, intuition, and concentration point. So you get to journey inside of yourself, into the depths of your soul, into your truth of who you are. And dwell there in that space. It's your home, deep inside of you, your dwelling. And just look around and feel you're the king or the queen of this place. Everything you ever needed or wished or wanted, it's there already. No desire, no need, no gripping, no grasping, no holding. Just receiving. Imagine yourself here. Dream. In January, we dream. Something you wish to accomplish, to have, be, or do. And see it right here in your mind's eyes. Create a screen that expands out of your third eye point, expanding to the right, to the sides, to top and front. Like a projecting screen. And see yourself, what you wish to be. And let's go ahead and inhale, slowly coming up. The next one is going to be a twist, again, very great for the vagus nerve. So left knee goes under a little bit. We're going to do a half spinal twist. And we're going to hold it longer. So cross the leg as far as is comfortable on the outside of the other knee. Realign the spine, sit bones on the floor. I'm going to grab a hold of this knee with the opposite arm. The right arm comes up at shoulder height, so we can guide it back carefully. Drop it down to the floor or to the block. Press this thigh against your right side of the body, compressing the liver and the appendix and the ascending colon. Turning the head, looking over the shoulder, will activate the upper point of the vagus, traveling down all the way to the gut. We'll stay here about a minute and a half. Stabilize your posture, feel that point where you can be still. It doesn't matter how it looks, it just matters that it feels good in your body and is sustainable. Good. And maybe undo the twist a little bit so your chin is parallel. Good. Nice. Stay with your breath and keep that intention in the mind. Be connected with the body, with the sensations. And knowing that you are liberating your body with each out breath. You're releasing something you don't need and doesn't serve you. Good. All right, let's inhale and slowly come up that pose. And gently, we're switching the legs. So now right knee under, left knee on top, crossing over. Okay, if the leg stays out in front, that's okay too. Just make sure you're still centered. Okay, so we can grab this knee with the right hand now. And left arm up to shoulder height. And as you exhale, guide it back, looking over your shoulder, touching the floor behind you. Good. Find that center point, your tailbone, your sits bones on the floor. Grow out of that tailbone, out to the crown. And find a long posture of the spine with a gentle twist. Squeezing, compressing the left side of the body now. The pancreas, descending colon and transverse colon. So if we get to work just with this big nerve of the body out of all of them, we actually achieve a lot because it's the biggest nerve in the body, it's the longest, it's the most powerful and the most important because it connects the brain to the body in all different areas. Thoracic, visceral, cervical. If you do these poses at night or one or two of them, you will have better sleep. And if you do them regularly in the winter, you will fight the winter blues because it does increase the serotonin in the brain. So it's a good nerve to work with. All right, inhale and slowly bring it back. Okay, we'll slowly transition to the floor now for the next exercises. This time you can have your blanket underneath your head just to have a little bit of a pillow. We lay down, cradling our head in our hands. So our hands would be cradling right under the skull. And we lift the elbows a bit to stabilize the head. Make sure it's gonna stay stable. Knees can be bent and feet can be to the side, or you can put a bolster, the big one, under your knees and then let the legs go down. So here we're keeping the head stable with your nose up to the ceiling. We're only gonna bring the gaze all the way to the right. So you're looking at the right wall without moving your head at all. So we're gonna hold this for 1 minute, focusing on a point on the right side wall. Making sure nothing else has moved but your gaze. Your nose is still touching the sky. This is working on the upper part of the cranial nerve, 10 on the auricular and the brain area. And it has to do a little bit with the flight, and freeze response. So we get to really focus on something and the scare, the fear decreases. It's like we're facing our fear. And notice your eyes trying to run away. Bring them back. And make sure your nose is still up to the sky. 2 more breaths. Inhale, bring the gaze back to the ceiling. And now, without moving your head, turn the gaze to the left. Breathe into your whole body. Keeping the gaze steady, the head still. And if your mind is continuously trying to seek for something, just bring it back to the breath or to the observation of this pose. You may say it's truly boring, but you say, no, 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 stay here, stick with me, we're good. And inhale, bring it back, guys. Good. Now look straight up for a moment or two. All right. Next one, we're gonna have our knees bent, feet to the edges of the mat, and knees are touching. We'll bring our hands to the lower belly, below the navel, to feel this prana, this internal prana we store below the navel point. So we're gonna do some pranic healing breaths, where we're gonna breathe directly into this area of the body. So imagine and feel your belly expanding, like you're breathing directly into your belly. This is also called somatic breath because you breathe into the body. Soma means body. So we breathe into the lower body, lower belly, to increase our prana force, our energy of life, our chi. So close the eyes and imagine this breath you take traveling into the lower belly and being stored there. Inhale fully, hold at the top. Exhale completely, but feeling like you still leave this reservoir full. You're not really emptying it out, just the stale breath comes out. And inhale again when you are ready, directly into the belly. Imagine, feel, and sense this breath expanding and strengthening this area. fill up this tank, this reservoir, this chi storage area. And as you breathe in here intentionally, you actually bring a lot of energy, a lot of chi in this pelvic floor area, sexual organs, anything that is vital in this area will get revitalized and enhanced. The pelvic floor will come alive. And our sensitivity in this area will increase to be connecting with our people that are meaningful in our life, because it's also activating the relational center below the navel in the second chakra, the Shavasana. And our libido and pleasure will increase as well, because we are bringing lots of energy into the areas of sexual organs. Or into the new human being forming there. And we get to embrace and receive our sexuality in a more important and meaningful way. And our creativity and expression will increase as well. And now let the body breathe naturally. And maybe you sense some tingling sensation in the hips or pelvis or belly or even legs or back. Those are messages that your body has received this vibrant energy and is transforming it and transferring it around, sharing with everybody. And if you don't, that's okay too. All right, last pose of the day. Let's bring our legs long and the feet reaching to the right edge of the mat. Inhale, arms up overhead and reach the fingertips to the right edge as well, creating a banana shape with the body. Keeping the hips bones down on the floor, both sits bones touching, the back of the knees touching and your heels touching. Also the arms are touching, so have everything connected and lengthened. Nice. Breathe into the side body, sending some good energy into this left side, the rib cage, the side of the heart, the left lung, the soft area where the pancreas would be and the intestines. Vibrating some new energy into these organs on the left side of the body. Excuse me, my voice being funny tonight. 3 more breaths on this side. Receive all this new vibration, spread it around throughout your whole side body, from your toes to the fingertips. And give enough to the armpit area where we have these lymphatic vessels, very important in the winter season to take out all the processed stuff, the disease out of the body, the byproducts of our bodies and processes. Inhale, bring it back to center, stretch the arms up overhead, lengthen. And exhale, walk the heels to the left and fingertips to the left. Open the right side of the body. Take a deep breath in, take a deep sigh out, release. Yawn, swallow whatever you need to release tension, to let go of emotions. Here we activate the right side of the lung, opening up those smaller alveolar sacs at the base of the lungs. And we bring new vibration into the liver cells, the appendix, the right hip. We're healing our bodies. Inhale and exhale. Three more breaths on this side. And when you are all done on that side, go ahead and come back to neutral for Shavasana. So you can choose to bring your bolster on your knees if you like, and get a blanket wrapped around your body. Anybody needs a blanket? Jane, you're okay? You're nice and warm? All right, good. So you can wrap your legs or your feet or any body part that tends to get cold on you. You start to let the body go completely. Letting go through the feet and ankles. Release and relax any tension. Soften your knees, this beautiful joint of the body that helps you walk. Let your hips and pelvis sink heavily into the earth, letting go of any weight and any burden. Soften the belly, relax the back of the body, middle and the upper body, front and the back, shoulders, arms, wrists, and hands. totally melt into the earth. Palms up for receiving, palm down for grounding. Relax around the collarbones, around the side of the neck and the front. Release any tension in the shoulders and back of the head and neck. Release any tension you may be holding in your jaw. Soften. Muscles of the face relax. Muscles of expression, of mastication. Muscles around the eyes, between the eyebrows. Let go of the crease. Let go of these thoughts. Soften at the hairline and all the fascia around the body, from the top of the head to the toes. And breathe in from toes to crown of the back body. And breathe out from the crown to the toes in the front of the body. Create a circuit, a closed flow of energy in your body, from the back to the front. Inhale and exhale. Nourishing this whole body with prana. Let this prana heal and transform your body, your mind, your emotions, your feelings, your spirit. Recreate the puzzle of your existence. Reorganize. And come back new and fresh. Deepening the breath and opening the eyes. Look around to reconnect with the surroundings. Seeing a different world around you. Different weather, enhanced, upgraded. Reach the arms up, stretch. Exhale, bring the knees to the chest, hug them in. And turn to your side. You are ready at your pace. Giving yourselves a hug before you come up. Stay as long as you wish. Let your body come up only when it's ready. Now the work is complete. Bring back in your mind your dream, your intention. project it into your future and see it real and true in vivid colors, like it is in front of your eyes right now. What you can hold in your mind, in your imagination, you can hold in your hand, you can bring it into reality through your actions. Determination, power, action. Fuel that dream with your energy. And I'm gonna, on the third sound of the gong, we can come on back. The new version. How's everybody feeling? You don't even want to talk. It feels so good that you don't want to mess it up. I know. That's good. We all needed it. How's my beautiful ladies doing here? All right. Bye-bye.